Mushfiqur Rahim, the relentless heartbeat of Bangladesh cricket. Mushfiqur Rahim is not just a cricketer. He is the embodiment of perseverance, discipline, and quiet resilience in Bangladesh cricket. In a nation where cricket is not merely a sport, but an emotion, Mushfiqur stands as one of the most dependable pillars in the game's modern history. His journey is not the story of raw flamboyance or natural physical dominance, but rather a powerful narrative of mental toughness, technical mastery, and an unbreakable will to succeed. From a young boy with big dreams in Bogura to becoming Bangladesh's most reliable middle-order batsman and one of the finest wicket-keepers the country has ever produced, Mushfiqur Rahim's career is a testament to dedication and self-belief. Born on June 9, 1987, in Bogura, northern district of Bangladesh, Mushfiqur grew up in a modest family that valued education and discipline. From an early age, he showed an unusual focus and seriousness that separated him from other children. Cricket entered his life not as a casual pastime, but as a passion that demanded structure and sacrifice. His father, a government officer, played a crucial role in instilling discipline in Mushfiqur's life, ensuring that cricket never came at the cost of education. This balance between academics and sport shaped Mushfiqur into a thoughtful and intelligent cricketer, one who relied as much on his mind as on his skills. Mushfiqur's formal cricketing journey began at BKSP, Bangladesh Krida Shikha Pratishthan, the country's premier sports institute. At BKSP, he refined his technique, developed his wicket-keeping skills, and learned the fundamentals of professional cricket. Unlike many young cricketers who relied on brute force, Mushfiqur focused on timing, footwork, and shot selection. His small physical stature never discouraged him. Instead, it motivated him to work harder than others. Coaches quickly noticed his sharp reflexes behind the stumps and his ability to play spin with confidence, an essential skill for subcontinental conditions. His talent soon translated into success at the youth level. Mushfiqur captained Bangladesh's under-19 team in the 2006 ICC Under-9 Cricket World Cup held in Sri Lanka. Although Bangladesh did not win the tournament, Mushfiqur's leadership, maturity, and performances caught the attention of selectors. Leading at such a young age prepared him mentally for future responsibilities and gave him early exposure to international pressure. It was clear that Bangladesh had found a cricketer who could shoulder responsibility rather than shy away from it. Mushfiqur Rahim made his international debut for Bangladesh in May 2005 in a one-day international against England, becoming the youngest Bangladeshi cricketer to debut at the time at just 17 years and 249 days. Thrown into international cricket at such a young age, he faced immediate challenges. The early years were not easy. Inconsistency, pressure, and the expectations of a growing cricket nation weighed heavily on him. However, even during those difficult times, Mushfiqur displayed glimpses of his potential, especially with his composure against spin, bowling, and his fearless approach. Despite his age, his Test debut came later in 2005 against England at Lord's, the spiritual home of cricket. Playing Test cricket at Lord's is a dream for any cricketer, and for a teenager from Bangladesh, it was a moment of immense pride. Although his early Test performances were modest, the experience hardened him. He learned the demands of the longest format, understanding that patience, technique, and temperament were just as important as talent. These lessons would later define his greatness in Test cricket. The period between 2006 and 2010 was a phase of learning and struggle for Mushfiqur Rahim. Bangladesh cricket itself was going through a rebuilding phase, often facing heavy defeats against stronger teams. As a young player, Mushfiqur was shuffled between roles, sometimes as a specialist batsman, sometimes as a wicket-keeper, and occasionally as a lower-order player. This lack of role clarity affected his consistency, but it also made him adaptable. He learned to bat under pressure, often when the team was already in trouble, a scenario that would become familiar throughout his career. A turning point in Mushfiqur's career came around 2010-2011, when he began to establish himself as a reliable middle-order batsman and the first-choice wicket-keeper. His performances in the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup, co-hosted by Bangladesh, were particularly significant. Although Bangladesh had a mixed tournament, Mushfiqur's fighting innings against top teams showcased his mental strength. He was no longer just a young prospect. He was becoming a core player in the national setup. In 2011, Mushfiqur Rahim was appointed vice captain of the Bangladesh team, a clear indication of the management's faith in his leadership abilities. His calm demeanor, work ethic, and understanding of the game made him a natural leader. When he was appointed full-time captain in 2011 across all formats, he became one of the youngest captains in Bangladesh's history. Leading a team that was still finding its identity was not an easy task. But Mushfiqur embraced the challenge with courage. As captain, Mushfiqur Rahim oversaw some of the most historic moments in Bangladesh cricket. Under his leadership, Bangladesh recorded their first ever Test victory against West Indies away from home in 2012, a landmark achievement that changed how the cricketing world viewed the team. Mushfiqur himself played a pivotal role, scoring a magnificent double century, 200 in the first Test. This innings was not just a personal milestone. It was a statement that Bangladesh could compete, dominate, and win in Test cricket. Mushfiqur's double century against West Indies made him the first Bangladeshi to score a double hundred in Test cricket. Batting with supreme concentration, he faced over 300 deliveries, displaying immense patience and technical excellence. This innings cemented his reputation as a Test specialist and a batsman capable of playing long, match-defining innings. It was a moment that elevated him from a dependable player to a national icon. Despite successes, captaincy brought immense pressure. Mushfiqur often had to carry the dual burden of leading the team and performing consistently with the bat and gloves. Criticism was frequent, especially during losses, but Mushfiqur never shied away from responsibility. Even when he stepped down from captaincy in 2014, he continued to serve Bangladesh with unwavering commitment, proving that leadership is not defined by a title but by actions. In Test cricket, Mushfiqur Rahim evolved into Bangladesh's backbone. Known for his ability to rescue the team from collapses, he became the player Bangladesh relied on in crisis situations. Whether facing quality pace attacks or world-class spinners, Mushfiqur's technique remained solid. His footwork against spin, particularly on turning tracks, was exceptional, allowing him to play late and manipulate the field with ease. Over the years, he scored numerous centuries and half-centuries against top teams, earning respect worldwide. One of Mushfiqur's greatest strengths has been his adaptability across formats. In one-day internationals, he transformed himself into a reliable finisher and middle-order stabilizer. Unlike aggressive power hitters, Mushfiqur focused on strike rotation, intelligent shot selection, and building partnerships. His famous centuries against India, Sri Lanka, and Australia in ODIs are remembered for their composure under pressure. Notably, his match-winning century against Sri Lanka in the 2018 Asia Cup remains one of the most iconic innings in Bangladesh's ODI history. That Asia Cup innings, played despite a broken rib, defined Mushfiqur Rahim's fighting spirit. Refusing to give up, he walked out to bat in visible pain and played a courageous knock that led Bangladesh to a memorable victory. This act of bravery turned him into a symbol of sacrifice and determination for millions of fans. It was not just about runs. It was about heart, pride, and resilience. In T20 internationals, Mushfiqur's role has often been debated due to the format's demand for explosive batting. However, his value lay in stability and experience. While he was never the most aggressive T20 batsman, his ability to anchor innings and guide younger players proved invaluable. Over time, he adapted his game, improving his strike rate and expanding his range of shots to remain relevant in the shortest format. As a wicket-keeper, Mushfiqur Rahim has been nothing short of exceptional. His sharp reflexes, quick glove work, and safe hands have resulted in numerous dismissals across formats. Keeping wickets in subcontinental conditions, especially against spin, is one of the toughest challenges in cricket, and Mushfiqur mastered it through sheer practice and anticipation. His contribution behind the stumps often went unnoticed but played a crucial role in Bangladesh's bowling successes. Beyond statistics, Mushfiqur Rahim's legacy lies in his consistency and longevity. He has been a constant presence in Bangladesh cricket for nearly 2 decades, adapting to changing teams, formats, and expectations. While others came and went, Mushfiqur remained a steady force in an ever-evolving cricketing landscape. His professionalism set new standards for fitness, preparation, and discipline in Bangladesh cricket off the field. Mushfiqur Rahim is known for his humility and grounded personality. Despite fame and success, he has remained deeply connected to his roots. A family-oriented person, he often credits his parents and wife for their support throughout his career. His calm and composed public demeanor contrasts with the fierce competitor he becomes on the field, highlighting the balance in his character. As Bangladesh cricket continues to grow, Mushfiqur Rahim's influence remains undeniable. He bridged the gap between the struggling early years and the competitive modern era. Younger players look up to him not just for his achievements, but for his work ethic, mental toughness, and professionalism. His journey proves that greatness is not always loud or flashy. Sometimes it is quiet, persistent, and built over time. Mushfiqur Rahim will be remembered as one of Bangladesh's greatest cricketers, a man who carried the weight of a nation's hopes with dignity and determination. His story is not just about cricket. It is about resilience, belief, and the power of hard work. In the history of Bangladesh cricket, his name will forever stand as a symbol of strength, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment.